Bear with me, y'all, because it's hot out here. And y'all can see my job name. And I'm like, well, what y'all gonna do? Call the people? You gonna call the people on me? You know how people be like, let me cover my job. Oh, well, call them. Call them. That's one thing about it. You know, we are our own self. You got to work on individuality. Because my job is just one little part of me. It's not all of me. It's just one little part. And that part don't last forever. It's a job. But you know, I want to come on here and talk about when you heal, when you're on a healing journey. And I know that some people, I'm not talking about all people because I will be including myself. So some people don't believe in that inner child and healing that inner child when you come from a dysfunctional family. Some people don't believe in it. And yes, it's a metaphor, but it's a very well good metaphor because let me tell you something. When you heal that inner child, you start talking to yourself, and you start reparenting yourself, and you start doing the emotional work, you know, by me putting God first. God handles all of that. With me prioritizing God in my life, He handles all of that. By me making God my number one, worshiping, praying, being obedient to the word, responding to His word, that emotional state, God heals that. I don't know how, y'all, I don't know how, but He do it. As faith without works is dead, so you got to put the work in. But let me tell you something. I used to be so emotionally immature because of my childhood, my upbringing, the dynamic of my family. And when I got in my word, I had an encounter with God during something really serious. Really, it was tragic. To me, it was tragic that happened to me in my life. And it was either God or recreational. Okay? I don't want to finish the rest. You finish it. So, it was either God or that. And I chose God because I was already into that. You know, I was already in the club. I was drinking. I was doing other things. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no business doing. Which I don't know if I could really say. I'm just say X. You know? But, you know, been there, done that, out of that. Thank God for that. But when you heal, you become more consistent. It helps you become more consistent. I'm telling you now, people like, how are you so consistent? Because I'm on a healing journey. That's how I can be more consistent. Because I'm making God number one, and I'm healing my emotional state. And that little girl in me is not getting overwhelmed, getting frustrated. She's not self-sabotaging. She's getting talked to very well. She's doing the emotional work. She's knowing that she's safe. She's knowing that she's heard. She's knowing that she's loved because I'm continuously on a daily basis practicing and cultivating the perspective that God has for me. I'm believing who God says I am. And it makes it so much easier. I'm telling you now. Because at the end of the day, we came into this world by ourselves. But we came into this world in a family dynamic that we did not choose. We did not choose the dynamic of our family. We just happened to come into it. And I love my mother. I love my father. I don't hold no grudges towards them because I know what grudges can do to you. I know what unforgiveness can do to you. So I hear a lot of people talking about consistency, making a lot of videos about how to be more consistent. And I'm going to tell you the one thing. Heal. Heal. And watch how you become more consistent. When you heal, you become, whether, I don't care what you got to heal from, it ain't even got to be your parent, whoever your caretaker was. We all have trauma. We all come from trauma. Well, colors anyway. But listen, I don't want to get too deep into history because, listen, the moral of this video is, when you want to become more consistent, heal. Start with spiritual healing, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And there's a reason why the good book says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. See, we be trying to fight the war, the physical war, with a spiritual war, with a carnal mind, with carnal weapons. But you can't. We be trying to chase everything in the material world, thinking that it's going to make us better. Our emotional state better. Our physical being better. But it's not. You'll be chasing and chasing and chasing. Because one thing I know for sure, numbers don't stop. They don't stop. The numbers don't stop. So you have to have some type of meaning, some purpose behind, a mission behind what you are doing in life. Or unless you're going to be running, and you can only run for so long in the physical body, especially when you're doing wrong. You can only run for so long, especially when you're doing wrong. But when you have God, when you seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, so that everything, all things will be added unto you. And you gonna sit back, you gonna be like, dang, this is all I had to do. Not to make it seem like it's easy, but it's like, Lord, I've been running from myself for this long. And now I know what it means to finally call my heart home, because you are there. And that anger and that bitterness and that jealousy and that enviousness and that rage and that resentment and that abandonment is no longer living there. Because when that is living there, that is making the choices for us. We ain't making the choices, we blind. Because all that's in our heart. The good book says the heart is deceitful above all things, desperately wicked. Who could ever know it? Yeah. Who can know it? You don't know it. You think you know it by leaning towards your own revelation. That's why we end up in the places we end up at, and be looking at the next person crazy and blaming the next person. But God knows your heart. He created you. He knows. He looks at the heart. He don't look at your accomplishment. He don't look at your money. What he want with your money? He can't do nothing with your money. He don't want your house. He don't want your car. He don't want your friends. He want that heart. What that heart do? Because as a man thinketh, so is he. As a woman thinks, so is she. What that heart do? Come on now. I'm telling you something good, because you gonna get more consistent when you prioritize God first. When you put God in the middle. If you don't, then what's your why? And how long can your why be your why before you run dry? Before the well runs dry? Because when you get the taste of God, the well never runs dry. You'll never be thirsty again. That's what Jesus told the woman at the well. When she had all them boyfriends, her husbands, and he was like, you're thirsty. Taste and you will see. Build your relationship with God, because into me you see. Intimacy is into me you see. And then when you do the work that God is telling you to do, you respond to his word, then you'll get a significant other that can see into you and learn Y'all gonna learn and evolve together, because that's what love is. Love is just not a noun. It is a verb. It is an action word. It evolves you. It allows you to grow up. It allows you to become patient and have kindness and be generous and be all the other. Because I can't think of it right now. All the other things that it says in the Bible to what love is. It allows you to be that. Because everybody got that inner child in them. And if the person you with don't see your inner into me you see, they're going to be into you beefing. Y'all going to be beefing. Bumping heads. No understanding. They're not going to see you and you not going to see them. Because you ain't get with the good Lord so you can see yourself. And once I remember this girl telling me, she was like, he think I'm somebody that I'm not. He don't see me. And I'm looking at her like, you don't see yourself. See, that's the battle right there. You telling your girl, or he saying I'm everything that I'm not, he won't see me. God would allow a person not to see you because you ain't with the right person. And you ain't doing the work. You're not putting him first. So the way he treating you, that's how you treating God. You ain't seeing him. You ain't trying to understand him. You ain't seeking him with your whole heart. Listen, from out of the... My friend is dry. From out of the heart flows the issues of life. Whatever your heart is holding, it's going to create the issues in your life. And them issues in your life going to create physical issues. As long as you don't do the work, it's going to continue to create physical, mental, spiritual issues. Until you do that heart work. With your heart beating for you scared. Anyway, that's the message that I have for y'all today. I am just getting off work. It was a wonderful day. The temperature went from cold to now. The temperature went from cool this morning to, oh my God. But it's all right. It's summertime. Springtime first, and he'll go summertime. So it's time to get fine. For those of you that do not know, I am a coach. I posted my TikTok and Instagram social media platform names in my, is it called a bio? In the description box. Not in this video, on this page. So, if you're ready to get healthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, you need to build that intimate relationship on your own with the Lord. But I can help guide you. Each one teach one. Click those. Don't click them because you can't click them. Go to those platforms. DM me. If you're on here, send me an email. If you're on here, of course you're on here. Send me an email. And you know what else I want to start doing? If you have an answer, if you have a question, if you have a question, it's so crazy how people look at you because my window's not tinted and they can see me recording me. This lady just looked at me crazy. But if you have a question you need me to answer, if you want me to answer to get my perspective, because I come from a biblical perspective, I'm in my word, y'all. Maybe not in it every day reading it, but I'm listening to it. And I'm being obedient. And I'm learning and I'm growing. So if it's even about fitness, about the mind. You know, I major in psychology. My major is psychology. So I'm always up in here trying to get it out here to y'all. So y'all have a beautiful, blessed, wonderful day. And do the work. Do the work, especially if you have kids. Because when you don't heal when you have kids, you just transfer it right into pain that isn't transformed, pain that is not get it out, girl. Pain that is not transformed into purpose, it is transferred to the next generation. It's biology, baby. You are a cell. It's science. If you want to go scientifical. Scientifical is not a word, I know, y'all. You want to get on the science side of things. My eyes watering. I be tickling myself. And that's another thing. Play. Let that inner child play. When the last time you played? When the last time you went skating? You went bowling? When the last time you went swimming? You played in the park? You know what I do with my client? Because my client is on the autistic spectrum. She's 47 years old. She repeats everything I say. And one thing that I take her to the park, and they got this big old sidewalk in a circle, and we walk around there and we play the nursery rhyme songs, and we go, her favorite one is the ants go marching one by one, hurrah. And listen, I don't care who else is on that sidewalk walking, we gonna sing and we gonna march together. That's what we do. And I be all into it because that's my inner child coming out to play too. Because my inner child know that she is safe. She know that she is secured. She know that she is protected. She know that she can play. And it's okay. And that she is loved. So make sure you play. Play with your kids. I had to learn to play with my kids. This was years ago. This ain't just started. I had to learn years ago to play with my kids. Like, they just don't play by themselves. You got to play with them. So, take heed. You know, take everything I say with a grain of salt. But listen, you know what I'm doing? Telling you my thoughts. Sharing with you my thoughts. Sharing with you what I learned, what I grew from, what I'm healing from. You know, that's what I do. Your kids not going to be what you teach them. They're going to be what you be, what you show them. How you treat them when they mess up. Where are you going, sir? What you be to them. Are you criticizing them? Are you judgmental? Are you attentive to their emotions, or are you always lashing out? Are you impatient? Are you calm? Reparent yourself so you can become and be the parent you never had. Let your parents be your parents. It don't matter if they changed or not. Let your they live their life. They living it if they still alive. You got to live yours. Because the parenting part is over once you become an adult. They're going to always be your parent, but they are not parenting you after a certain age, right? They always going to be mom and dad. But that parenting is your responsibility. That healing is your responsibility. Don't be seeking for an apology, because you'll be seeking. Seek God. God going to give you all the apology you need. Because he going to show you. Don't seek for no apology. I'm telling you. Apologize to yourself. And give yourself the life that it's never too late to have a good childhood, because that inner child is still there craving your attention, begging for your attention. Play with me. Talk to me. It's okay. Let's do this. Stop letting the impatient version of me out. The reactional version of me out. The hurt in me. you know. So that's all I got for y'all. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed, wonderful day. My eyes is running.